Bitch!
Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to the Unimaginary Friendcast. This is Livestream episode number 262. This is a conversation with your socially distanced, very responsible, and very beautiful best friends. We are those best friends.
I am Nathan Von Edmondson.
I am Erin Marie Betty Davis Jr.
And I am David Monster Dat Cam.
Oh, Dave, you're really nailing the timing of putting our names up on the screen for our visual listeners.
I know, huh?
Getting good. All
Thank
right.
you.
You might be able to tell if you're watching from our decor and what we're wearing. We're going to be blowing the lid off of Valentine's Day, which is coming up in just a few days. And sorry if that news sends some of you into a panic, but get your shit together.
Yeah, get it together.
Anyways, this episode we're going to be going through the origins of this very sexy holiday, and then we're going to fast forward to what it's become now and discuss how we feel about it and how society feels about it. And are our expectations of this holiday realistic? Are they healthy? And what to do if you're solo? What if you don't have a romantic partner? What happens? So we're going to figure out how to spread the love very evenly. But first.
Oh, shit. This is so hard. Wait, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Whew. Oh, God.
So I tested the lengths and depths of Erin's love for me by asking her to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
That is true.
And she agreed. David, have you seen the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I don't see why that's a test because they are beautiful movies.
Erin will agree with that, won't you, actually?
They're beautifully shot and beautiful movies.
Well, the scenery was beautiful.
Yeah.
If that's what you're talking about.
You were a big fan of the fact that they're actually real locations as opposed to CGI.
Yeah, I enjoyed seeing New Zealand. I thought that was pretty cool. Why?
Is your problem with it that you sit there and you go, because they're like, we're going to go into battle and we're going to win, and you're like, didn't they fight that battle? Like, didn't they already beat that army? Like, what are they doing now? Like, is that what your problem was? Where you're like, what are they doing now? I thought they did that already.
I mean, I don't have a huge problem with it. I didn't hate it. I don't like fantasy. That's not my genre. So it has to be really, really good. Like Harry Potter was able to transcend that for me. Like I was a big fan. I thought they were just so well done and grounded somehow. Lord of the Rings was a little less so. Definitely more so than Star Wars. I liked it more than Star Wars. I think maybe just because it took place on some form of Earth that helps me.
Middle Earth.
But we did have to look at a map a few times, which is not my favorite thing. But it felt like a kid's movie, aside from how violent it could be at certain times.
Oh, very violent, yeah, and gory.
One thing that stuck out for me, though, is despite the violence and gore, the orcs in particular were often pretty comical and silly. Like the way they'd march, sometimes they'd be marching like this. Sometimes they'd be very scary, but sometimes they'd be a little silly and cartoonish. In the first movie was pretty challenging because you're throwing all of these names that are in places and you're getting exposed to the vocabulary. And some of the authors, I guess, considered a linguist and spoke many languages and spent a lot.
He's a cunning linguist.
There you go. But he's not a great character namer because there's the two bad guys. There's Sauron and Saruman. And then there's a love triangle between Aragorn, Arwen, and Eowyn.
Which are all just variations of my name.
Erin. So,
wait, who's there's Arwen and Aragorn. Who's Erwin?
Eowyn, which is
Erin's
Erin's name, is the blonde that he maybe is going to hook up with when...
but she didn't stand a chance. She's nowhere near as attractive as Liv Tyler. Nowhere.
Did not stand a chance at all. But it was fun. We enjoyed it. Erin had never seen Viggo Mortensen in his heyday, so...
Oh, listen, I think they're well done and they're beautiful. And let me give you a tip. When I'm writing, when I have a lot of writing to do, I'll put on the Lord of the Rings, and it becomes white noise in the background because you're just like it's all the same. Like it's the same. Like all 3 movies, every scene is the same. So you can just write, and you don't get engrossed, and it kind of like it gets you going. It gets your juices flowing.
You mean you put the films on, or you put the soundtracks on?
Both, but I like doing the films too because you could just watch it and not have to think about it at all. Like it becomes just like a soundtrack because it's so like there's so many scenes in all 3 movies that are exactly the same.
That's true. What's crazy is that the first one was 20 years ago.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. And they're beautiful. They're beautiful movies, and there's no part of it that's like dumb. Oh, the only thing I do find dumb that's really dumb about it is the orcs are so easily beaten. Like the greatest orc warriors, and they're hugely strong and fierce. Because in the books they have a hard time with them, but in the movies, like they don't have. They're like, and some of the battle scenes are kind of dumb because you're. Oh, the one thing too that I find annoying the same with Dumbledore is the same with the wizard. I can't remember his name now for some reason. Gandalf. They're totally useless. They can't do anything.
Yep, absolutely. I mentioned that like 5 or 6 times. I'm like, I thought he was a powerful wizard. He's literally useless.
Can't do anything.
There was, yeah. So I remember this was my problem with it originally with the battle scenes is that Aragorn and Orlando Bloom, I can't even think of what his elf name was.
Oh my God.
They're beautiful.
We've like maxed out on our nerdiness right now.
Right. They're so impervious to injury, and they just slaughter orcs at such an incredible rate. They're just like superheroes. It's kind of ridiculous. And also, it was very sad watching the elephant scene. The elephants.
Yeah. Why did you have to kill the elephant?
There was like 12 of them they have to straight up kill, and those elephants don't know what they're being used for.
I don't know, David. You said that
war.
You said that there wasn't any dumb moments. There was like, besides the fact that the Hobbits are super silly and very childlike and seem like they're written for a kids movie. At one point, like they couldn't figure out how to raise this battle stakes enough, so they decided that they needed to go like raise an army of like ghosts to fight the war. You know, it gets very, very silly. But
and then the army of ghosts brings up another question because they had after the army of ghosts comes in and they just slaughter the other army because they're ghosts, they can't be hurt. Then they have one more battle, and I don't understand why he doesn't go like, look, can you just fight one more battle? It's no skin off your nose. But he's like, no, your debt's paid. You can leave. And then so a bunch of his people get killed because he can't ask these ghosts to fight one more fucking battle. Yeah, there's a lot of holes and loopholes. And it's funny because if you go online, there's tons of sites where they fight about this stuff to the death.
So much more to say about Lord of the Rings, but I really want to hear what your guys' news are.
That's a good transition because there's people that haven't seen the movies and have no idea what we're talking about. That would have been me if you'd asked me a week ago. So
okay, go ahead, Erwin. You do your news.
Eowyn.
Yeah, call me Eowyn from now on.
Eowyn.
Now on. My news is that I did a digital webinar, and by did I mean attended. From Joel Sartore, who's a Nat Geo photographer, and he has a very famous project now that gets sponsored through National Geographic and other various organizations where he's planning to go around the world and document every single species of every living creature. There's a photo of him David just put up on the screen. He is one of the most lovely people. I took a course from him some years ago. I'm a big fan in general. He's like this nice, like all-American boy from Nebraska, like really humble, funny, and is on this mission to do this amazing project. He already has 11,000 species documented.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was really cool hearing him talk about that. And the whole point of doing that is to raise awareness for all the different wildlife that are going extinct or endangered around the world, and to try to inspire people through these incredible photographs. He's trying to get people to feel emotionally attached, and so hopefully they'll work on being better people and not destroying the planet and helping to conserve habitats and all that stuff. So it was very, very cool. I would definitely suggest checking out his Instagram or website, whatever. Photo Arc, it's called. Like Noah's Ark, but Photo Arc.
Photo Arc.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
I should get involved because Baby Junior wants to travel the world and have his picture taken everywhere in the world. So
yeah, he could just sit on the backs of all the animals that he photographed.
yeah.
I should
Oh my God.
too, because I have about 2,000 photos on my iPhone.
We should. We're photographers.
Well, at some point, I could do a whole episode on it because he has a whole list of ways in which you can participate and you can be a better human being. So,
Let's have him on.
Sign me
oh
up.
my God, I wish. He's literally a joy, but I enjoy it.
Let's do it. Get him on. Get him on the show.
David, what do you got?
All right. Listen. Sit down. Everybody sit down for a minute. Relax, because my news takes a minute. Okay, first of all, I just want to say, and I only have one news item this week.
I don't believe you.
As you should.
Okay. I'm not this person. I'm not one of these people. I know you guys think I am this person. I know some of the things I say, you would swear to God that I am this person, but I'm not this person. Absolutely not. In fact, sometimes even in the cold, dead dark of night, I roll my eyes at any thought I would have that you could identify me as this person. Okay, this is what happened.
I need to know now. I feel the suspense.
I went to the Westwood Cemetery for the first time in my life, and I kind of never wanted to go because do you guys know what the Westwood Cemetery is famous for?
No.
Marilyn Monroe is buried there, so it's like a douchey, touristy spot to go.
Is it in LA?
Yeah, it's just below the Westwood Village in where UCLA is.
Oh, is that the veterans?
No, that's a different one. This is a little tiny. It's hard to find. It's funny because it's like amongst the office buildings right below Wilshire. It's like literally like right below Wilshire. In between all these office buildings, and it's called something else, the Pierce Brothers or something like that, cemetery, and it's a little cemetery, and it's funny because a lot of celebrities are buried there. And I walk in, the first one I see is Farrah Fawcett is buried there, and it's creepy to see someone's grave like that. But I never wanted to go because it's so douchey and like to have your picture taken with Marilyn Monroe's grave. And I didn't know where it was in the cemetery. I wasn't even looking for it. And I swear to God, I swear on Baby Junior's life, I swear on cake that this happened. This actually completely 100%ly happened. Okay. And maybe I should have saved this because we're going to do an occult podcast in the future. But so I'm walking around, minding my own beeswax, and there's the only thing I knew is that she was buried in the wall, and there's like about 8 to 10 structures with walls. So there's a wall on each side of the structure that people are shoved into. So there's like 40 walls, maybe, or 20 to 40 walls. So I'm walking around, and I see Merv Griffin is there, Rodney Dangerfield is there, and I'm taking pictures, and I'm just like whatever. And I'm walking around for a good half an hour, 45 minutes, minding my own beeswax. All of a sudden, my music comes on, and it's a song by Marilyn Monroe. And I rolled my eyes, and I went like, "Oh, brother, that is so cliche. That is so beyond cliche. It's not even funny that would happen." So I'm there for like half an hour, and then right when that happened, I roll my eyes. I say that. I turn around. What do I see?
Her grave.
No. Yeah. No, yeah. I'm kidding. Yeah, I turn around, I roll my eyes, and I say, "Oh, please, that is so cliche. Like if I was writing a movie, like that would be the dumbest thing to put in the movie." Turn around, there's her grave.
She knows.
And I was just like,
she knows you're writing a book about her.
I was just like, I mean, I swear to God it happened, and it's just ridiculous. It's insane and ridiculous and stupid. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Hugh Hefner she's in the wall. She's not buried, but she's in the wall. Right next to her is Hugh Hefner. Right next to her. Did you guys know that?
I didn't even know that cemetery existed.
Neither did I.
Well, it's interesting to go, like, if you like cemeteries and you like celebrities, it's an interesting place to go to. It gives you a creepy feeling to see because like you go to cemeteries and you see people and I don't know if you guys have this experience. Like, you go to cemeteries, you don't know anyone in there, obviously. And then sometimes you'll see a headstone that the it's a child or something like that, gives you a creepy feeling. But when you see a celebrity's headstone, it's super creepy, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, and one more thing that I found was really interesting. The whole crypt that she's on, there's probably like 50 people or 100 people on her wall. She was the only one with flowers.
People are still giving her flowers, huh?
Yeah, and I did not take my picture with her. I did take a picture of it because I was like, this is ridiculous. Even Baby Junior was like, oh, come on.
David, what do you think of synchronicity?
I always have weird synchronicity, and it's usually bad synchronicity, but could it be, how would that, yeah, tell me about it. How would it apply to this?
Well, I've only heard of synchronicity as something that's around good things. So in The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron talks about it as, it's basically when you start to notice things like that. So, you know, Marilyn Monroe song comes on, you turn around and there's her grave, and it feels like there's something else going on. There's like a little bit of magic happening in the world. And she points to it as things that happen. I don't know if she'd say they're always happening, but kind of when you're fulfilling something important to yourself or on the right track or living your best life. I don't know how you, being best, if you're being best, or just, you know,
be best?
really in sync with the flow of what your life should be experiencing. These synchronicity moments pop up and happen more often. I don't know how much to put anything supernatural or otherworldly on top of it. I think I like looking at them as like magical kind of moments, like, oh, that makes me feel, it feels special and precious in a certain way. I think when people see 11:11 on the clock, it kind of has that feeling. Of course, you can look at it as something as simple as someone mentions they saw a green car, and then suddenly you're seeing green cars all the time because it's just in.
Yeah, but this is more precise. Like, it was just like, boom. Oh, there's two things I forgot to mention that make it even weirder. The lyric when I turned around to see in the song is, kiss me, say you'll miss me, make my life perfection. Which, that may not be anything, but I thought it was weird. And the second thing is, I don't have any Marilyn Monroe songs on my playlist. I made that one up. I do too. But the lyric I thought was like, anyways, whatever. So, but I'm not that person. So I've denied it this whole time. And yeah, that's all.
Nice.
All right, moving on. This week's gold star goes to Joel Sartore.
I've heard of this guy.
You've heard of this guy? I don't know where you could have heard of him because we didn't just talk about him 1 minute ago. Joel Sartore is that National Geographic photographer. And there he is. So he gets the gold star. And I forgot we were going to give it to Tom Brady and then strip it away. Shit.
He got stripped. Tom Brady got stripped of his gold star.
That's a really great way to strip it away from him. Don't even give it to him.
I really screwed that one up. But yeah. I don't know. I like it. I want to say fuck you, Tom Brady, but like the guy's really good at football. and I hate myself for admitting that. But whatever. He doesn't get the gold star though. So
he's annoying though because he's still supporting Donald Trump. Say that 3 times.
Well, he just bought his $1 billion mansion on that private island with Jared and Ivanka. So I think they're just all buddies.
He's such a douchebag. Tom Brady's a douchebag.
Let's get to the actual gold star. So I mentioned a little bit about Joel Sartore before. He runs the Photo Arc. That's his personal project. And I guess he had this idea. He was photographing for National Geographic for years for the magazine doing projects, and his wife got breast cancer. So while he was tending to her, he came up with this project idea. He was just like kind of mulling on the fact that we're losing all these species and what can he do? How can he use his skills to get people to care about the fact that we could lose actually half of the species on the planet by the turn of the next century? So he came up with this idea to take a series of portraits, really clean and simple portraits with a black backdrop. Some have a white backdrop, I think. But the reason why he did that is so that it gives us a chance to look other animals in the eye, and it levels the playing field too. So like a little mouse looks as grand as a big elephant, the way he photographs them.
Cute.
So trying to make every single species, and he does insects too, not just big mammals, trying to make every species as important as the next, because they all really are. And as we know that we're all connected, and our environment and ecosystem are all connected to all these organisms living together in harmony, and we can't exist without them. So it's really important that we care. He's been to over 50 countries, and he has this archive at PhotoArc. Check it out. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's really important what he's doing. And
I just want to say, we were talking about Lord of the Rings fantasy movie earlier, and there's like orcs and weird hobbits and other creatures in the film, and we watch films and see these magical beings. This guy makes these animals that are on our planet magical, because they are. Like, they're really pretty freaking amazing. Like, the photos are spectacular. So check it out for sure.
yeah,
That's awesome.
it's good stuff.
I want to check it out. I want to see, and hopefully we'll get him on the show. I'm pulling for it.
Yeah.
And I want to give a shout out to our own little Christopher Davis, who said, "That's weird shit, dog."
That's a very good comment.
And then Nurse Sandy is back again. She says, "I completely believe in synchronicity, or whatever you want to call it. I have experienced so many moments. We'd like to hear about them." Well, wait, you listeners, what does my synchronicity mean? What does that experience mean? Anyways, go ahead.
Well, they're thinking about that. We should transfer ourselves into the main topic today. You can see behind us, we have our Valentine's Day decorations. We have a bouquet of roses and a balloon. And,
Did I forget to wear a red shirt?
Yeah, you didn't get the memo.
Yeah, you didn't get the memo. But we have a shout out to Nathan. A listener says Hobbit feet are heinous.
That's true.
So David, you're gonna take us through some of the Valentine's Day origins before
Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. All right. Valentine's Day is thought of as a Catholic origin, Christian. But like all Catholic and Christian holidays, where does it find its roots, guys?
Satanism.
Murder?
Yeah, pagan. It's a ripped off pagan festival called Lupercalia.
Ooh.
And it was honoring Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture, and also, do you guys know who Romulus and Remus are?
No.
Romulus and Remus are the legendary founders of Rome, who Rome was named after, and so they also honor them in Lupercalia. And listener says death, just death. She's just saying death for no reason. Okay. First of all, it's a Lupercalia, the pagan ritual. And then in the 5th century, Pope Gelasius declared February 14th as St. Valentine's Day. But we have a little bit of problem with that. Go ahead. Yes, Aaron?
Can I ask a question about that?
Sure.
So it was originally a pagan holiday to get like richer soil for the crops, or what? Like, what was the point?
Sorry, I didn't say everything. It was a fertility. It was a fertility festival where what they would do is men would sacrifice and skin goats and dogs, which I totally object to, and then take the hides and smack women with them. And do you think women would like it or dislike it?
Personally, or speaking for all women?
For all women everywhere.
Definitely like it.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't have to cancel my plans for the 14th now.
The women thought if they got smacked with these hides that they would be fertile. Which, why would you want to be? Thus the death. So that my synchronicity led to this death thing. God, wow, our listeners are right on it. So anyways, the reason why we have a problem with it being called St. Valentine's Day is because he didn't say which Saint Valentine? Because I don't know if you guys know this, but there's more than one Saint Valentine. There's one, and you guys decide which one you want to honor. There's a Valentine who in 269 CE married people despite Emperor Claudius II banning it because it said it distracted soldiers. But he would marry them anyway.
Okay.
That's kind of romantic, I guess.
Sure.
And then there's another Valentine who was killed. Oh, no. Who was imprisoned for helping Christians escape prison in Rome. And when he was imprisoned, he sent a note to his lover. They say lover in one place and wife in another, so we're not totally sure. Can it be both? Can a wife be a lover? Can that happen?
Can they, Nathan? Can they?
But anyways, this is what they say. This is what Christian legend says, is that he sent it and he signed the note to her from your Valentine. So supposedly that's the origin of it.
Aaron, the answer to that question is if you're willing to be hit by a goat carcass.
I think she is.
Because I think I already was. Because I think I'm fertile. I just a hunch.
I had a dirty joke, but I'm not going to say it. Okay. So then in the 1300s, in the Middle Ages, France and England, they started associating love and romance with the day. Because, wait, I have it down here. Oh, because you know why? Do you guys know why? Oh, you're never going to guess why. Because they thought that birds started their mating rituals on February 14th.
Oh.
So, which is pretty specific.
Okay.
All right. Jessie says, say it. I don't know what she's saying. Say what? I don't know. Say it.
I'll say anything.
Your dirty joke, whatever your dirty joke is.
Oh, my dirty joke. She got hit with a goat hide. And it's like, oh, really? It doesn't work. The synchronicity is off.
Come on,
okay.
Dave. You can do better than that. I've seen it be way dirtier than that.
Okay. And then so Cupid is based on the Greek god Eros, who could make people fall in love or hate. So Cupid became the Roman god of love or hate. Sorry, what?
I'm just learning. I'm ingesting.
And Cupid and Eros both were tall, handsome men. They weren't children, naked children flying around with bows and arrows.
Yeah, when did that happen?
Well, they did have bows and arrows that they shoot people with to make them fall in love, but I don't know. I think maybe because to make it cute, because then it probably happened in modern times, because if you put like a naked man shooting people, it's not as cute.
But aren't cherubs like a Christian thing, like little angel babies or something? So
angel babies. So the oldest recorded Valentine was in 1415. French Duke Charles, who was aged 21, was imprisoned in the Tower of London. And he sent a note to his wife saying, "I'm already sick of love, my very gentle Valentine." So he just pulled that out of the air and then, started a craze and stuff. Flowers became involved because King Charles II of Sweden in the 17th century gave flowers for Valentine's Day, which started a trend across Europe. So, go ahead.
I just want to comment about the flowers we have. It's not because Nathan bought me early Valentine's Day flowers.
Uh-huh.
No, I spent all my money on goats.
So I don't know if you listened last week, our gold star was the Buy Nothing page, which is it's a free community of your neighbors that just give away stuff they don't want anymore. And somebody posted that they got this bouquet of flowers that they didn't want anymore. So obviously someone got burned pretty hard, and I reaped the benefits because I went and got her free bouquet.
Wait, can you show a close-up of it? Can we see if they're beautiful?
They are.
You're going to love the vase.
It came with the vase and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like $50 right there.
Right? It was 1-800-Flowers, so
wow. All right,
Anyway.
maybe $39.99. Okay. So the first mass-produced Valentine, when do you think that happened and where?
1879 in Germany.
You're half close. It was 1840, produced by Esther A. Howland here in the United States. And she is the one who started with the lace and the ribbons. So you can blame Esther A. Howland for that lace and ribbons bullshit. Okay, when was the first heart-shaped box of candy designed and produced? And you could, if you know about candy, you could guess who did it.
Hershey.
No, before that even.
Oh, it was as soon as you say it, I'm gonna know.
Think of England. Think of England.
I don't know.
It would be a dumb guess.
It was designed by Richard Cadbury, who is the son of the Cadbury chocolates, in 1861. How many do you think, on average, how many boxes of heart-shaped candies are sold every year?
1 million?
50 million.
Wow. Well, Nathan's closer. It's 36 million. Wait. Nurse Sandy says my skin looks good. It does? Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Nurse Sandy. That's very appreciated. I would like compliments now from the rest of the viewers and listeners, please. Thank you. Okay.
Don't do it.
Do
it.
All right. When do you think the first candy message hearts were manufactured?
The 50s.
No.
9.
You guys are way off.
1990.
Nope. 1866.
And
wow,
they were
really?
all made in 1866, right? We're just
I know, in the 1800s. And they were originally Necco wafers, which they say are medical. Nurse Sandy, can you tell us why Necco wafers are medical, but they were medical lozenge? Because they're just sugar, aren't they? Aren't they compacted sugar? Yeah, anyway, and how many do you think are on average are made each year now?
17 billion.
You guys I want you guys to think about it. Okay, you're kind of close. It's 8 billion approximately are made every year.
That was a good guess, actually.
Thank you.
Sorry, that was a pretty good guess. Okay, on average, how much do you think Americans spend on Valentine's Day? Or they actually have how much they spent in 2020.
Is this per person or total in the United States?
In total in the United States. No, yeah, total.
I don't know, billions, I would say.
I'm going to say 120 million.
All right, before I tell you, we just have to say a listener said to me that I am a truly precious gem, and they're right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Because you're fishing for compliments, David.
I want more. I want the rest of the listeners and viewers to compliment me. It's 27.4 billion.
Oh, wow.
And how many cards do you think were sent? Valentine's Day cards are sent in 2020.
I don't know. Just tell us.
Well,
can you tell us how many were unrequited?
Ooh.
At least half. So 145 million cards and $5.8 billion on jewelry.
Wow.
Okay. And how much do you think an estimated amount of money was spent last year on Valentine's Day pet gifts?
I don't know.
27 million.
$751 million. How many couples do you think get engaged every year on Valentine's Day?
Ooh, probably a lot.
27 million.
It's 6 million.
That's crazy. It's still a lot.
So those are the origins of Valentine's Day. And I guess you can see that they started, didn't you think that they would have started last century, but they started 2 centuries ago commercializing it, which that surprised me.
Yeah. And yeah, that's definitely surprising. I didn't know that it went all the way back. Of course, the pagans started everything.
And we have a listener that says my Valentine's Day production here sounds like a Trump speech. Should I take that as a compliment or
Storm the chocolate factory?
Okay. Should we fast forward to today?
Yeah, let's fast forward today. I have a few points on why it's horrible, but you guys can tell us. I want you guys to talk about, because when we were proposing this topic, Nathan wrote, "I hate Valentine's Day."
You did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I wrote something negative about Valentine's Day. I don't know if it was that. explicitly. I think I did say that as a
good to know
for laughs, I guess. I'll tell you what my problem with Valentine's Day is, that it's in February. It's 4 days before my birthday, and I already am distracted by a few other people who are close to me. They have birthdays before me, so it's like, my birthday month. It's supposed to be my birthday month, and then just before it's about to happen, there's Valentine's Day, which just completely like sidetracks the attention that I should be receiving. So I don't know if that's.
Listen, I think the timing of it, I know it kind of conflicts with your birthday, but it's 4 days away from his birthday. It's nice because February, like, there's nothing to look forward to for the first few months of the year, and it cuts it in half perfectly. And it's something that people decorate for. So, like, there's even trees that people have strung up with red lights. So it's nice to have something, just like some different colors around. It just kind of keeps the year moving along.
I'm not adverse to more people celebrating my birthday or decorating trees in their houses in honor of me.
How much do you want spent nationwide on your birthday?
At least 27 million.
At least billion.
Billion. Did that sound like an M? It was a B.
We have a listener who wants to know, is your birthday the 18th?
It is.
Exclamation point, question mark. I feel like she's going to have a follow-up. We need to give a special happy birthday to Nurse Sandy, who's listening and watching. Her birthday was January 29th, and we didn't have a special podcast on it, which sucks. Okay, so go ahead, Nathan. So why do you hate Valentine's Day? And is Aaron going to cry this year?
I thought I just laid it out.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were going to have a specific, like, when I was 17, I got my heart broken, or I don't know.
No, I love any excuse to eat candy. Like, that's great. I'm a big fan of that. When I was a kid, I really enjoyed Valentine cards, and especially in elementary school. You'd go to the store and you'd buy those packets of cards. You'd get like 30 to give to your classmates, and you'd walk around and hand them out. But it was always cool because you could pick the kind of Valentine's card you wanted. And of course, we're so commercialized that I'd get like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards or the, G.I. Joe cards. So you were basically buying a whole bunch of cards that you loved, and then you were handing out to people. But it was stressful because there was always one person you wanted a card from, and then you read into it a lot, whether you got one or what it said or what it meant. And so that was a little anxiety provoking.
Totally. I've always wanted a 5-pound box of See's candy for Valentine's Day, but I've never gotten one. And you can all suck it. Wait, Nathan, your birthday is the same birthday as Nurse Sandy's daughter. So can you give Caitlin Julia Louis Dreyfus a shout out?
Synchronicity. Happy birthday, Caitlin Julia.
Caitlin Julia Louis Dreyfus.
So talking about See's candy, we got a box in the mail, an anonymous box the other day with a thing of See's candy. See's candy, if for people on the East Coast don't know, it's a West Coast candy maker.
Oh, it is? It's only a West Coast candy maker?
Well, they're based out there at least.
Wait, how many pounds a box of candy did you get?
I don't know. It was a smaller one.
I think it was a pound.
So, yeah. But either way, we open it up. We got a box of chocolates for Valentine's Day, and it's like from his old credit union.
Hey, you know what? I would sleep with them for the box of candy. Okay, Hawkmaid is joining us for the first time, and Hawkmaid says, "Sup, bitches? It's Nathan's month. The entire month of February, it's his, bitch."
That's right.
There you go. It's been made.
Oh, goodness.
Okay,
right.
Awesome.
So shall we continue our Valentine's Day discussion? No? We shouldn't?
Yeah, well, we do have... Well, here, I want you to read this really fast because the listener said it. Nathan, can you read it just really quickly?
The 18th, I'm assuming, is a very special day. Brought me joy even though I almost died.
Giving birth to Caitlin. And then, so this kind of brings us into Valentine's Day. A chef listener of ours writes, "I write V-Day menus that promote sex between couples. Can you please tell us how you do that? Because I would like to know. I don't know how to promote sex between people." A listener said they're going to give me a box of candy. Yeah, you better give me a box of candy. I want a 5-pound box of these candy, and I want it now, motherfucker, bitch.
All right, I'm focusing.
All right.
David.
What? Go ahead.
Let's focus. We're talking about Valentine's Day. Nathan, give me perspective. Now you go. What do you think about Valentine's Day?
Here's the reason why it sucks is because this is what people say. These are the number 5. They're 5 biggest reasons why it sucks ass.
Okay.
It's too much pressure. Expectations are too high. And I want to say this is because of movies and television, and also because of women. Women get their. I've never heard a man complain about Valentine's Day, but I've heard thousands of women complain about their husband or their boyfriend or something, expectation that didn't happen on Valentine's Day. A husband that they've known, that they married, 10 years ago they've known, or a boyfriend that they've known, and they know what this person is like, but it didn't live up to it. So yeah, and it's also I've never heard a man be like, I don't have a Valentine's on Valentine's Day except for me. But women are always like, I'm single again this year. I don't know what to do. But anyways, go ahead.
Does that mean that gay men in a relationship don't have Valentine's Day traditions and plans and don't get upset when the other doesn't follow through with something?
I have not heard that, because gay men, if they want to, they'll just go to a bar and get fucked.
That's not what I mean. I mean guys in a relationship.
But later on, when you find out that we have alternatives of what you should do on Valentine's Day, we have Lesbian-Tine's Day, and we're going to hear a little bit about that, which is just like gay men, except the exact opposite.
Okay, I'm not sure what to do with that, but okay, it's all women's fault.
Oh my God, Mrs. Von Edmondson is giving a shout out. Now we have messages across. Sandra, we were in labor on the same day. I think you guys are twins, probably. Okay, and the next thing is it costs too much. Valentine's Day costs too much. What do you guys think about that?
I disagree.
You do?
Yeah.
How much do you think the average Valentine's Day dinner in the United States of America costs?
No, rewinding, Valentine, you can spend as much as you want on Valentine's Day. Like, there's no, like, someone saying that you have to do this or that, or you have to spend this amount of money. It's up to you and whoever you're celebrating with. And it might not even be a human. You could be celebrating with your dog, or you can just be celebrating with yourself, because who the fuck cares? But, like, say that spending limit, I don't think that exists.
Well, no, this is something that people say it costs too much. These are the 5 things that people say. This is why it's a horrible holiday.
I thought this was core stuff.
I think I think that's probably said by men who are dating girls, and they're like, I want to go out to a dinner on Valentine's Day. And it's like, okay. But yeah, you're right. I think that you should have creativity on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I think the fun thing about Valentine's Day is trying to figure out what you like to do, because most restaurants are going to have inflated prices on Valentine's Day for sure. They have something called the Prix Fixe menu. A lot of restaurants. This is a big complaint that they price gouge, where they have Prix Fixe menu and it's more expensive than it normally is, which sucks shit. But I do want to point out that one listener, Hooligan Mama, says, I think we should all send David a box of chocolates. And I think that is a very, very good suggestion, don't you?
So,
David
would not be allowed to read his own comments anymore.
See, there's a big problem here, actually. There's actually a big problem.
What?
You're going to have to send your chocolates to us, David, because you never have a cheat day.
For chocolates, I'll make a cheat day. I know the worst thing in the world is I've been having moderate cheat days, and there's nothing worse in the world than not stuffing yourself silly. There's nothing worse. I have suffered more than any other human being has suffered in the history of the world. Yes, Aaron?
I bought you chocolates for Valentine's Day last year. I just want to point that out.
Where are they?
They were the pink Lindor truffles, and you were very excited about them.
That's right. They were beautiful. And that was last year? God, that feels like years ago. Thank you. That was very nice. Thank you very much. And our chef listener says lobster ravioli stacked 69 style. I would like to try that.
That's how he gets couples to have sex on Valentine's Day.
Okay. Does it work? Oh, look, we have long-time listener, first-time commenter.
Mary Shelby, it's a shame that Valentine's Day is so commercialized. I agree. And whenever you're ready to hear my point of view as the only lady in the room,
Let me get through my things really fast because I agree. I think that people should have creativity on Valentine's Day. Another complaint is it's a comparison holiday where people compare their Valentines to other Valentines. And yeah, I mean, like, you can't compete with Instagram now, especially like with people posting their shit. Number 4 is it leaves singles out. And do you know how many, with the percentage of people above 18, do you know how many, it's the estimate of how many people are single in the United States is? Do you know what the estimate is?
Half? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then here's another one that I didn't know. Number 5 is it's wasteful. And I did not know this. I never knew this. It didn't even occur to me. In the UK, they're trying to get people to stop buying jewelry because every year, Valentine's Day alone, the jewelry produced for Valentine's Day alone generates an extra 34 tons of toxic mine waste. Did you guys know that?
No, I don't even know how that works, but that sounds...
I know. And then the flowers, I didn't know this, but flowers, you can use pesticides as much as you want. So it fills our environment with pesticides. Because who cares about organic flowers? And the cards and candy and packaging creates an extra glut of waste, like on Christmas. So those are the reasons it sucks shit. Yes, sir?
It's interesting because it's super commercialized, but it's just another example of a day filled with overconsumption in many, many ways. So that seems to be, it's like less that Valentine's is the tool for overconsumption. It's the highway for it. But there's so many things that lead to overconsumption. That's certainly a problem we need to deal with.
I feel like we do that on every holiday, especially the bigger ones that are. Valentine's Day is not the only holiday that's super commercialized and expectations are put on people to do certain things. So
for sure.
Yeah. But I couldn't agree more with Nurse Sandy saying
that. Yeah, can you read it?
That just special doesn't have to be expensive. And I mean, part of the thing that's fun about any holiday, this is not just Valentine's Day, is it's just a reason to do something different or special. And it doesn't have to be with someone else, or it can be, or just depending on the holiday. It's just nice to have that reason. Of course, like, you could be that person where like every day is special, but a lot of us need that little calendar nudge. And I think that's a good point. And you don't have to spend $1 million. Just use your noggin.
Yeah. I like how Nurse Sandy says, we only have one fucking trip on this rotating rock, so you need to make every day special, which I agree with.
So Valentine's Day can be expensive if you order Viagra Vienna at Chris's restaurant.
I would like to try the Viagra Vienna, Chef Christopher.
I think I have to wait until I give birth before I can eat that.
We have people saying hi to each other, not even paying attention to us in our comments.
So do we want to get rid of Valentine's Day then? It sounds like there's a lot of negative.
Well, I want you said you were going to give your special viewpoint on it.
It's not special. It's kind of what I just said.
Okay.
Like a female viewpoint, because you just trashed women so bad.
Women are literally the worst. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, what?
And I know that there are a lot of women, but also anyone in a relationship there are a lot of people that have certain expectations as to what needs to happen. And that is largely to blame on social media, the commercialization, the stores that you go into, like all of that stuff contributes. But really...
Yeah. And every TV and movie and rom-com ever sets up this like Valentine's Day fantasy.
And if that's, what, like if you and your partner, assuming that we're talking about people that are in a partnership or relationship, if that's what you guys like to do and you like to surprise each other and have these extravagant gifts, that's wonderful and that's great. But it doesn't have to be that. I think it just has to. It doesn't have to be anything. You can just ignore the day. A lot of people do that too. A lot of people hate it, but I don't. It's become for me, or what I think it should be, I guess, rather, is just a way of celebrating love in whatever form that comes in. So that often is your romantic partner if you have one, but not to exclude 50% of the country or singles out there. Like, love comes in a lot of different forms, and it could be someone you love in your family. It doesn't have to be romantic love. If you hate your family, it could be your pet. It could be a thing that you love. It could be cake. Just celebrate something you love on that day, and then and call it a day.
I hate my family and I love cake.
There you go.
Could it be, Aaron, extra affection and do more for him or her as the solution? Maybe a little present? Could that be it?
What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to work in the comments of the listeners in a creative and new way. Whew.
That's right, Aaron. Yell it from the rooftops. There we go.
Aaron.
I think it's really fascinating that, Aaron, you mentioned this, that it's a nice break in between holidays. So it's like nothing else is going on. We need a little reason to celebrate. And we talk about how, the pagans created it first and then the Christians took it over. I mean, it's just humans have been having a celebration around I imagine the pagans probably had it around the same time. And they were and they were just filling that gap of like, things are boring for a while. We need a reason to cut up some goats and slap people with them. So we're just, after every 2 months, we just need to do something to mix it up and celebrate. Because I guess if you think about it, back then, like, life wasn't that easy. So you were working very hard and then have something to look forward to where you can let loose.
This is also the only holiday that's dedicated to love. And I know it's like it's lost its meaning at this point, but if you try to take it down to its core, it is about love, right? Hearts and whatever, romance. Like, what other holiday does that? It's a beautiful thing to celebrate, whether or not you have a romantic partner or not.
Yeah, I feel like it's certainly been cheapened by the commercialization. The true essence of what it's trying to represent is just lost in the lace and fucking velvet or whatever the hell you said earlier.
Lace and ribbons. Well, I have 10 exciting alternative and creative alternatives.
Ooh,
But before we get into that, a listener says, I'm so confused on this FB format. Is there a way to join live video? You can also join through our YouTube channel. And what is that YouTube channel, Aaron?
Or Twitch, which apparently we have Twitch. Like, who knows what that is? At Imaginary Friend. You can't actually join the video, but you can comment live.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Twitch, too. I have no idea how to go on Twitch. Do you have any idea, Nathan?
I don't know. I think I set it up, but I haven't been back to the site since that one day when I created an account. So maybe I should check it out and see what the fuck is going on over there.
Dude, it's out of control. And we all have to go back on MySpace now, too. Have you guys seen that? There's a huge trend back to MySpace.
I heard it. I thought it was Hayspace.
Oh, there's Hayspace, too. No, but there's MySpace. If you're not on MySpace now, you're like a psychopath. You're like a crazy person.
We have a listener who says that Valentine's Day is always directed to lovers when she believes it should be to celebrate friends and family, which is kind of what I was saying earlier. I agree. Or if you hate your friends and family, whatever it is that you love.
Well, do you want me to get into my creative alternatives to Valentine's Day?
Last of the list, David. Rapid fire.
All right, there's something from Korea called Black Day.
What is that?
Which actually they don't know about black people over there. It's where singles gather in restaurants to eat jjajangmyeon, with noodles in black bean sauce, which sounds delicious, which I'll do any day of the week.
Seems like something that'll give you a lot of flappers.
I love Asian food, and if anyone wants to take me out for Asian food, I'm always available. In China, they have Singles Day, which was started in the 1990s, where singles buy lots of stuff. This is a quote from a Chinese person saying they buy lots of stuff for themselves. And last Singles Day, the Chinese singles people spent about $5.7 billion. And do you know what the biggest singles purchase was? Or the most common singles purchase was?
Chocolate.
I thought it was a Japanese thing, but the most common Chinese single purchase was boyfriend body pillows.
Is that a pillow shaped like a boy?
Well, it's a long pillow, and it usually like has a screen print of a man or a woman on it, because they have like the anime ones. That's why that's Japanese. That the anime women body pillows, and that was a thing. I didn't know the Chinese boyfriend ones were.
Cool. I want one of those.
Sure. Oh, a listener says they just want to be more interactive on the next ones. Okay, we would love you to be more interactive. Thank you very much. The next one is Tiavan Paiva, or Friendship Day, which comes from oh God, I forgot to write where it comes from. But it's a day where you celebrate all your friends and lovers. It's from like somewhere like in like Eastern Europe or like the Netherlands or something.
Oh, I like that.
Just look up Friendship Day. Yeah. So you can celebrate either or whatever. The next one is called Singles Awareness Day, which I didn't know, because if you take it's a what do you call it? Oh God, I forgot what it's called. Where you take the first letter of each word, an acronym, and what does it spell out? Singles Awareness Day.
Sad.
Yeah, and they say it's really big on Facebook and social media, where you toast yourself and then you post on other people's singles website or singles pages. Have you guys seen this at all?
I've seen like people say like hashtag it and stuff, but I don't know much about it. But I think that's great.
Sure. But I don't want that. I want candy and money and gifts. Okay, the next one is International Quirkyalone Day, where the founder says it's a do-it-yourself celebration of romance, friendship, and independent spirits. And followers are told to do whatever you want with whoever you want. Ooh. And self-love is encouraged.
69 ravioli.
Have you had Chef Christopher Davis' 69 lobster ravioli?
I'm sad to say I have not. I would like to try it.
I want it more than anything. Where can I get it, and when and how, and when I arrive, if I ever come to Philadelphia again, if the portal opens between reality and the fantasy world of Philadelphia, where you can like actually go into, as soon as I touch ground, I want to go straight to Christopher Davis's restaurant and eat lobster ravioli and fresh bread baked by Chef Christopher Davis by hand.
Can't argue with that. Damn good bread.
Better be a cheat day.
Oh, every day is a cheat day when Christopher Davis is around. Okay, number 6 is, and I didn't know this was a super popular one either. You guys tell me if you've heard of this. Have you guys heard of Galentine's Day?
Yeah, it's like how single women would celebrate together to support each other and hang out.
Yeah, but did you know where it came from?
Sex in the City?
No, it came from, I know you think it came from Parks and Recreation, the sitcom. Oh, okay. And it's become so popular that in 2017, Target started using the hashtag Galentine's Day, and they have little sections to direct people to buy Galentine's Day shit.
That's cool. I like it.
Sure, anything. And then dudes started Palentine's Day, where they say this. I love this quote. The guy says, you hang out with the boys, get good and drunk, and say things like, we're friends, you know that, right? You're my best friend, right? You know that, right? And then you pass out.
I also support that fully.
Sounds fun to me.
You pass out because you're getting fucked up.
What?
Pass out because you're getting fucked up, I guess.
Yeah, and just saying, you're my best friend, right?
It's so traumatizing for guys to be that affectionate that you pass out once you are that affectionate.
Yeah.
Well, guys aren't, like, straight guys don't find it that hard to be affectionate. I mean, at his wedding, Nathan married his best friend as his brother. So And they also, I saw 4 brothers with their arms around each other telling each other that they love them. That's not, I mean, come on.
That's the Edmondson way.
That's the Von Edmondson way. And then there's Petentine's Day or Meowlentine's Day.
Aww.
Where, what do you celebrate? Any guesses? Yeah, you celebrate your pets, which is cute. I would like to do that. That's cute. And then there's Bitchentine's Day. There's Bitchentine's Day. Have you guys seen the movie Trainwreck or the movie Lady Bird?
Yes.
Where a woman, we all know that, especially white women, but all women, their dream in life is just to be as heinous and horrible and treat everyone however they want to, but still have people love them and love them for who they are. And that's what they just want to behave like, just bitches on wheels and just have people appreciate them. And that's Bitchentine's Day. And if you try to argue with me, I can just point out that, again, today, another Karen was arrested for not wearing a mask. A white woman was screaming and yelling and causing problems. So white women are a problem in this country. I think we have to admit that. And then the last one is my favorite, which I think we're all going to start celebrating. You guys ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's Lesentine's Day.
Why is that so funny?
I swear. Because a lesbian says, this is what a lesbian wrote. Lesbians, we're just as annoying as straight couples, but we're better at it. And then she wrote, this is why Lesbiantine's Day is better than straight Valentine's Day, is because lesbians love gender equality and eating out. This is what she says. This is what she says, and I'm going to repeat that. Lesbians love gender equality and eating out. And then she goes on to say, so that means 2 Valentine's Days. Because, why is that? Because it's not like a double header. We each have a day where the other one makes the other one feel special, rather than straight Valentine's Day where it's the man's job to make the woman feel special.
Cool.
Support it. It's great.
All right. Am I still talking like Donald? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. You support it?
Just a little side note for our listeners. You can get a little behind the scenes look into how our podcast is produced. So we'll usually email, a certain time before the episode to figure out the topic. And David proposed that this topic not be Valentine's Day, but be lesbians. Just that's all.
We do want a shout out to all you lesbians listening out there. Could you please contact us, because we do want to do a lesbian topic and we need a lesbian. We especially we'll take any kind of lesbian. We especially want butch, dykey lesbians. That's our preference. Lipstick lesbians are great. Anyone who knows a lesbian or is a lesbian, can you please, yeah.
I just want to finish that off by saying this is David's dream topic.
Well, I'm sorry that you two are both so anti-lesbian that you can't even have a lesbian on your show.
Well, okay. We don't need to go there. What is the topic going to be about?
We say, well, what does a lesbian think of that? Or what does a lesbian do? What do you guys do?
Stop it. Moving on.
All right. So what are Aaron and Nathan doing for Lesbiantine's Day this year?
Well, I purchased 2 or 3 goats, and I'm trying to find which is the most slap.
Should we decide on the podcast right now?
Oh, that's a good idea. When is it? What day is it?
It's Sunday.
I'm working on
it. We really need you guys to be serious, because we are role models for the nation. So we need to help people.
believe I'm working on Sunday, so I think we scheduled Monday as a Valentine's Day extravaganza.
Yep, we did.
Wait, a listener points out, sorry, I have to interrupt you guys, because the listener points out that I used to live with a heinous lesbian. She was so mean, and it's true. Maybe I was frightened by a lesbian. It's when I was like 18 or so, I was frightened by a lesbian, so I'm like in awe of. So sorry, go ahead. It's on Sunday, and I'm cut you guys off. No, go ahead.
Sounds like you got some unresolved trauma to work through, David. Happy Valentine's Day, Mary.
But wait,
we don't have anything scheduled yet, but we are going to do something on Monday because Sunday I have work on Sunday. So,
what kind of creative things do you guys do? Have you guys done anything really creative for Valentine's Day?
It'll probably involve food, like delicious food, because that's pretty much how we celebrate everything.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing food, most likely. Mm. And probably our new favorite Valentine trilogy, Lord of the Rings.
I do have to say that it would be easy to be in a relationship with either one of you guys, because you guys could be tricked into liking anything. Like, I know that pizza, bam, I got Nathan on board.
Oh, but we have to save pizza for 4 days after Valentine's Day with his birthday. So you can't bring pizza into Valentine's Day. It just gets too muddy.
Wait a minute. Why can't you serve Nathan pizza on Valentine's Day and on his birthday?
Because it's supposed to be special. If you have it too often, it's not special.
Do you see how Valentine's Day is fucking up my birthday?
I feel like he could be tricked, though. I really feel like he could be tricked with pizza.
Maybe.
But not even pizza. There's so many different food items that you each could be tricked with into thinking it was a special day, right? Am I right about that?
Sure. Yeah.
Although, go ahead.
I'm not willing to give up my part of the plan on the air. So
I'll tell you what the stress of Valentine's Day is the other person is probably going to do something better than what you have not yet even considered
all
thinking
I
of
can say
yet.
is that it's homemade, so it's not a big deal.
Is it made in your own special oven?
Oh no, not that. We're not talking about that. We're gonna have enough of that coming up. We need to celebrate just the two of us. This is the last time forever.
I don't know dessert treats though. What kind of dessert treats are you guys nuts about? Like, would someone want to offer you as a treat?
Chocolate, peanut butter, custard. I don't know. Dessert's just delicious.
Yeah, I kind of will take whatever's available. Like desserts.
Lemon cake.
I eat lemon cake. I don't know what you guys crazy people hate lemon are all about, but
I love lemon cake. I like any cake, but I love lemon cake.
Yeah, if you're gonna go sweet as in desserts, like chocolate's high on that list. But cake, brownies, I don't know, like all that shit's so good. David, what are you doing for Valentine's Day?
I'm glad you asked. Okay, you guys all know I'm a master baker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I made a chocolate cake this year for myself, and it's beautiful, right? Well, you know what? I don't have to show a picture. I can show it right here. It just turned out beautiful. Like
computer.
Here, it turned out beautiful, right? So happy Valentine's Day. And I'm gonna have to
get to see that. David,
I'm gonna have to lick the table now.
David held the cake and dropped it all over the table.
Happy Valentine's Day, David.
There's no better way to end this episode than that. It was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone,
oh my God.
Happy Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, Palentine's Day, Meowlentine's Day. We celebrate. We hope it's beautiful and wonderful. And,
look at my Valentine's Day is ruined, and the listeners are laughing at me.
This is why you live stream, because you can't recreate this stuff. Oh my goodness. Thank you all for the live stream. It's great to have you. And we're going to have a special guest and a really, really juicy topic coming up in 2 weeks. So stay tuned for it.
Don't forget to buy your
Don't forget to buy your what? Your lesbians?
Goats.
Your goats. Okay, I just want to say to everyone, this is a special time of the year, and we all really need to love each other, and we all need to support each other and make each other feel better. So I just want to say, happy bitchentines, bitch.
The Unimaginary Friendcast.
Oh, shit. We're still on.